TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Neca, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Triceraton Infantry, and Roadkill Rodney. They're doubling down on the Triceratons, really making the army with this line is not going to be a problem. We already had Zarex and Zork, now the Infantryman. Also, gives me a little bit of retro vibes because it does look a lot like the old school figure. But what about Roadkill Rodney? I hate it. I hate Roadkill Rodney. It was one of the most annoying enemies in Turtles in Time, even though this isn't based on the arcade. Just these stupid little Robocop things. Yikes. Anyway, we're getting a figure of it, and that's fun. Let's go. The dynamic duo of a mini Robocop and an orange dinosaur. What more do you want? I mean, at least he's not purple. Triceraton stands at about 19 centimeters. I'm going all the way to the top of the horns and I guess to the back of the head, which means he goes up to 7.8 inches tall. For Rodney, that would be 8 centimeters to the top of the head, and we're going up to 3.2, maybe 3.3 inches tall for his size comparisons. Here's Jolter, the original Playmates toy, Super 7 Raph, Neca Leonardo, Bondi Salamander's Intercessor, and Darkseid. As it is with these things, our Infantryman over here, of course, has a lot in common with the previous Triceratons I reviewed, so just keep that in mind. You can still go back and watch that review. If I just repeat a lot of things, I'm sorry, but the only thing that really stands out is he does not have an open mouth gimmick. I guess that's because he's just a soldier. He has no right to speak, but then again, he has the teeth. And yeah, same problem with the tail. Again, the connection of it, I don't like it. They should have done just the connection of the tail itself. Put a hinge on it so you can move it up and down, and it will always stand out like that. You have the connection over there, but that's a weird choice. Other than that, this guy is looking super clean. The look of it is perfect. The line work doesn't have any big issues. There is the occasional line here and there that goes over or does have some bleeding. It's the thing with these Neca figures at the price point. I'm not too mad about it. If this would be a Figma, which are more expensive, that would be a different story. No, I actually love this head sculpt. Have you looked at it? The spots on his head are also molded on compared to on his arms and whatever. He has some big bushy eyebrows and really a lot of detail. There's even some molded detail. I don't know if you can tell. There's some small lines in his crown and he's horny. Smash the like if you're horny. I'm really thinking hard about ways to integrate that, guys. Not even kidding. And yes, as far as the color goes, just like every other TMNT figure, he's nice, bright, and colorful. Does look as he should from the cartoon, and he does have the two-tone body, just with a little bit of a darker orange in the back, which isn't really as noticeable this time around. Oh, maybe that's just me, since I am a little bit colorblind, but still, he does pop, and he does look hella 90s. You have a bunch of bolts in his chest armor, looks like metal. And then there's some dirt in the back. You do have some dots in the muscle work, which, for whatever reason, yes, they are painted on, but they're not molded on. They are molded on the tail, but not on the rest of the figure. It's just awkward. Down to the legs and knee pads, with his big feet and them claws on there. Also does have pack holes and some small wrinkles also here and there, which really elevates the mold even more. The amount of small detail is always much appreciated. And then there's Roadkill Rodney. Annoying as they may be in video games, the figure is pretty good. I like the size overall, and the package that you're getting over here of having like this giant Triceraton and a small annoying robot, it's a cool idea and it looks cool next to each other. Then the line work on it is also clean, and he does come with tons of gimmick, which I'll have a look at once we'll get to the accessories. But just be sure you can play around quite a bit with this guy. You also have the wheel on there with this little bit of smoke trail, orange smoke trail, kind of like fire smoke trail, I guess, which you can connect to the wheel down there, so he's able to stand. And also there's some points of articulation, but overall he does look clean. There's some dirt on there. I say clean, of course I turn around and there's some stuff on there. And yes, by the way, you did not see that wrong in the packaging. You do get two of them, but they do look exactly the same, other than, you know, maybe some quality control issues here and there, but it's the exact same robot dude. and you can move the tentacles around. They do have some posability, but not all the way. I feel like there's maybe just a little bit of wire over there, and not all the way down there. I can't really get this to bend, because you can tell it's just straightening out again. Just a little bit, I guess, but it does take some playing around, but there is an option to pose these things. Infantryman Articulation. The head moves back quite a bit, moves forwards, okay, doesn't really go down, side to side, and all the way around. The tail is connected via 2 balls and has a very small pack in the middle, but you know, as such, it still does go all the way around and off. Actually, I didn't want to do that because it's kind of hard to reconnect it. The pack in the tail is ridiculously small. There you go. For the shoulder, you got a big hinge which moves up and down and also all the way around. It is fairly stiff, but that does help it stay in place. You also have Bicep Swivel, same thing, you hear the noise, it is stiff. The good old double hinged elbow with a nice elbow pad to cover the joint. Makes it look very seamless, and the hand moves up and down. It is on a hinge, and also you can swivel it. Now for an entire torso, you have a piece which is a lot more than the chest area, and they drape the armor over it. So it does get some stuff done, and the armor doesn't get in the way because it is soft plastic. But, you know, it is limited, but I didn't really expect that much more for such a big dude. The leg moves forward, moves out to the side. The diaper part is soft plastic, so it does get out of the way. To the back, not really that much. You can also rotate it over here. Also have a double hinged knee, which is, in true Neca fashion, always stuck. Now I did heat the figure up before that. Never forget, guys, this is Neca figures. You want to heat them up because they paint their joints, so the joints get stuck and they might break off. This guy is pretty sturdy though, so it might not, but why would you take a chance? Also the foot, side, forward, back, I've just shown you, and that's it. For your Rodney articulation, obviously the tentacles go all the way around, the head does not move, but you can take it off. Well, that's more for the extra parts which we'll have a look at, and you do have something in there, so you cannot bring that around at all. You can bring his headspace around, again, that's more for something later. You can take this completely off and connect it with something else. Then you have the wheel down there, which rotates on the top part, and the wheel itself also rotates up and down. And that's pretty much it for Rodney, and I mean, you don't need anything else. So there's like a bunch of accessories in here, and let me start off with the rolled up tentacles. That's all it is rolled up tentacles. So you can wrap that around any of the opponents and zap them. That's like one of these things that I'm just like, yeah, one of these fun things about the game. Then we have all of this. Like, what the hell is this? You have like this kind of earth piece and this drill. Well, let me combine that with one of the heads of the Roadkill Rodneys, and that's what you're gonna get. And you also have like a headpiece, which you can switch out. All of these are completely replaceable, so you can just put that on. And yeah, it's just like battle damage, but it also looks like you can just stick wrap size in there. That's a very cool idea, because I hate Rodney, and I'm actually tempted to do that. So that's all for the Rodneys. Obviously, you have the smoke effect for both of them. You have all of these things I just shown you. You have both of them, so you can use them for both Rodneys and have some fun with that. Then you have fist hands, well, kind of open hands. You have only gun holding hands basically for the Triceraton. You have the 2 smaller ones for the smaller guns, and you have 1 bigger for the big gun. Here we have the big gun. If it has a name, I don't know. So, does that move around? No, it doesn't. Anyway, it's fairly simple looking, has some line work on there, which is clean for the most part. And I guess this is like the Triceraton logo in the front with some orange. Lighting is really bad in here right now, I don't know why. And you have this kind of, yeah, just another big gun. I don't know what you call it, but it looks cool. I definitely dig this, and again, it's taking me back to the original toy I got like in the 90s. And you have a more standard rifle, I guess. I mean, it looks fairly standard for an alien dinosaur race, right? Right. Final thoughts. This is a really good set. I don't really have much to complain about, other than, like I said earlier, the tail is just stupidly engineered that it always sticks out like that. That will take up some space also, so I'm just kind of annoyed by that. But other than that, really, The figure looks great, the paint job is good for the most part, the articulation actually works very well for a big guy out size, and they really knocked it out of the park with the accessories. Yeah, it's a little bit light on hands for the warrior itself, but the Rodney Roadkill's just got a ton of different stuff, lets you display them in different ways and have some fun with it. And yeah, that's about it. So I do recommend this one for TMNT fans, for Triceraton fans obviously, and just cool designs all around. That's gonna do it, guys, as usual. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever the Triceraton warrior and his stupid little robocon robots want. This tail engineering sucks!